Hey, good morning, traders. I wanted to do a quick video on Bitcoin, letting you know that this cup and handle pattern here that I have pointed out in the last several videos seems to be wanting to play out. And I want to tell you where we're going if it does play out. Basically, take the depth of that cup. By the way, this is really not technically a true cup and handle pattern because that handle is not 1/3 the depth of the cup, but I see these still play out oftentimes like a cup and handle pattern. And if this continues to play out, we're going anywhere from 23,300 to 2,800, somewhere in that range. Those are two critical resistance points ahead of us. Of course, if we can break through these resistance points, they do act as support. And I want to show you a critical support. Previously was resistance from December 2020. This comes all the way back from several years ago, and we broke through that yesterday, broke above that again, and looks like we are using it as support. You can see the candle opened exactly on that line. Today's candle did, and this is on the daily. So now what we have up ahead of us is our June 2022 ascending trend line. I can show you that here. Get out my pen. We use this many times as support all along the way, actually this whole area here. So for many weeks / months it was used as support, and then when FTX happened, you can see how important or how significant that ascending trend line was, because take a look at how big this red candle is once we broke down below that, indicating its significance. All right, so now we're back above it, or no, not that one. No, we're back above critical support from December 2020, and we're going to do battle with that June 22nd ascending trend line, which interestingly enough intersects with another important trend line level, and this comes from the pivot high of 2017, 2018. That whole top on Bitcoin in 2018, as well as several other important dates. I'm not going to zoom in here because it's just kind of annoying getting this chart back to where I want it to, but I will circle the area. It's this top purple line here. It acted as resistance all along. You can see what happened once we broke above it. The market just took off. So once again, when we see moves like that, after breaking a critical level of support / resistance, it just confirms and validates the significance of that trend line. So that definitely is a trend line to watch. And I can scroll over here and show you where the pivot was. You guys can see that way back here in 2017 and into 2018. That area right there. So that is a huge level that we have to hurdle. And should we do that, I guess I am under the persuasion that if we can beat those two levels up ahead of us, those will then begin to act as huge support for us. I would be almost bold enough to say that our bottom is in at that point. And you guys know I've never been of the mindset that we are going to the 10 to 13,000 area like a lot of analysts are calling for. I just don't think we're going to get that. We're going to go that low, especially with a lot of the bullish indicators that I've already pointed out. And again, I've said all along, that is still a possibility, and some people would say it's a probability. I'm just not in that camp, all right? Especially with what I'm seeing here today. It looks like this cup and handle pattern is going to play out, and should we, once we do battle with the June 22nd ascending trend line along with this intersecting pivot high from 2017, 2018, and if we beat that, that is hugely bullish. combine that, converge that with the data that we're seeing in the treasuries. The 10-year yield and the 2-year yield are rolling over. The dollar is crashing. The VIX is coming down. And I believe the Fed will start to pivot with all the disinflationary data. You take all of these factors, roll them all up into one, and one can only conclude that the bulls are on our side at this point. I put out a video yesterday about 5 cautionary flags, 5 things we have to watch in Bitcoin. Those are still true. All right. We have to beat these resistance levels. Our RSI is way overbought at this point, and it can remain like that for a while. It's just not a place you would want to enter. Our shorts are way oversold. S&P 500 is coming up into resistance, and then we have good old Gary going after Gemini and Genesis. The SEC is going after them, claiming that they are guilty of selling unregistered securities. I guess that's what they call some crypto now, is just unregistered securities. So those are all things we have to be cognizant of, have those on our radar. But again, along with that is this bullish case that can be made, especially if we beat those intersecting macro trend lines. That is hugely significant. So watch that closely. I'm willing to call a bottom or say the bottom is in. Almost willing. The bears have me so pessimistic at this point. I really hesitate to do so. Again, with the possibility that 10,000 is definitely still in the radar, but this is a very, very significant to defeat this area of confluence here, these intersecting macro trend lines. So watch this closely. Get out your popcorn. This should be interesting.